minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzie K.Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
What's up, everybody?
It's
Welcome.
Monday.
It's Monday, Dr. G. Welcome to Artist Talk, everybody. How you doing, Dr. G?
I'm good. You know, Monday be Mondaying.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
I don't
does.
know if people wait. I think over the weekend they think about how to make Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Just you sit and plot from Friday into Sunday night, saying I'm just going to do something crazy on Monday.
Yeah, that's true. What you do over the weekend?
I should have been packing, but I didn't do that either.
All right. Where you going?
Traveling for work, Florida.
For work from
See
Florida.
how excited I am, Florida.
Oh,
It's
you
very
sound so.
exciting.
Maybe you get a chance to go on the beach and just relax a little bit.
I'm gonna make time for that.
You're gonna make it. You should.
And if I don't, hashtag
shame on you. I got that on too. Shame on you. Right.
No, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah. Shame on you if you don't know our guests tonight. Shame on you if you don't know Deep Spine Logic. And we're gonna get all into her. Okay? We're gonna get all into our special guest today. But don't forget, before we get started, hey everybody, happy Monday. Hey Chef D, thank you so much. Again, Dr. G, a lot of times I say we are in the 10th season. This is episode 9 of Artist Talk, right? And I was saying, and don't forget, go over to K.Ward Radio, YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
And follow.
And follow. I always forget that one. That's why I have Dr. G with me. Like,
it's only been 10 seasons.
Right. And I always say, you know what, Dr. G, I think this is going to be the last one. And you be like, okay, yeah, right. Yeah.
No, it's not going to be the last one. We're gonna rock until the wheels fall off.
Right. You're going to keep on rocking till nobody else wants to come on the show. But if you're interested in coming on the show, and again, you don't have to be a music artist. You know, you could be an art. I mean, art is so big, right? When it comes to art, entertainment, whether you're a musician, you could be an author, you could be, well, I was going to say a politician, but I don't know if I want to get into that. I don't know.
Not here. You want to keep this a peaceful environment. You want to spread good vibes. Politics is difficult.
It is difficult. It is difficult. But don't forget K.Ward Radio, KWardRadio.com. If you go there, you can follow me on all social media sites. And guess what? Follow me on TikTok, me and Dr. G. K.Ward Radio. Just follow.
Listen, TikTok be rocking, and he plays some good music.
I play some good music.
He has some trivia games sometimes, but some of his games just...
I am a great host. So, Steve Harvey, move out the way. Jazzie K.Ward is here, okay?
Now, the new babies, when they born, they be looking around, just like not knowing what... I'm just going to look around. He's a good host. He's a great host. He just does not give good clues.
Oh,
Gets a little sketchy.
A little sketchy.
And the judges just the judges are out.
So y'all, Nia the Germinator is back. Well, she never left, but I think Nia was like cleaning up stuff. So this is
Nia was trying to clean up the world,
So this is Dr. G's book. Go over to the applife.info. Get your copy of her book. Okay. And if you don't, shame on you. Okay. It's all about support over here. Even our guest tonight, deepspawnlogic.com is her website. But before we do that, Dr. G, I think we just need to go ahead and kick off the show. Right, Chef D?
Yes.
Let's go.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzie K.Ward.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show, Artist Talk Jazzie After Dark. I am Jazzie K.Ward, and my incredible co-host is the incomparable Dr. Shontell Graham. We are excited to share another inspiring conversation with you tonight. And our special guest, she's a music producer, she's a spoken word artist, and I'm truly honored to welcome this dynamic, I call her like a creative force right here on Artist Talk. Like, she's amazing, right? She's a visionary music producer, a powerful spoken word artist, and a storyteller who blends sound, rhythm, and truth in a way that moves audiences so deeply. Oh, that was like a rhyme. That was a flow. Wonder if D Spawn can help me. You know,
that was your spoken word. That was your spoken word.
That was my spoken word. She gonna say, "Okay, Jazz, we're gonna work on it." But please join me in welcoming the incomparable Deep Spawn Logic to Artist Talk. Hey, friend.
You gotta do the finger snaps. You can't do the hand clap. You gotta do the finger snap for the spoken word.
Do they still do the? Let me tell you, Deep Spawn, like they do poetry here. And one of my colleagues, he's an amazing poet. And so they say something like, spit, poet, spit. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. They like spit, poet. But I've always loved that creativity.
You talk about spit, I feel like somebody about to get hurt. That's violence. So we tell people to spit. But okay, I'm sorry.
Well, they use the same term for rapping for rappers also, that they spit, you know. So I mean,
this is true. But you know, nowadays it's so touchy. You say spit, you what? Okay.
Like spit, poet, spit. But Deep Spotlight, welcome to Artist Talk.
Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it.
And we need a Chef D. I don't know if we have like a happy birthday. Everybody in the chat, let's please. It's Deep Spawn's like it's her birthday today.
Today
is your. How did you celebrate yourself?
I woke up.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Pass the collection plate, okay?
Yeah, no, I just, today was a work day. So I went to work. They celebrated me at work, which I appreciate. My husband celebrated me. So, and then I'm celebrating with y'all. I can't, it's a good way to spend a Monday and my birthday. So
I know.
I don't ask for much, it's the little things.
That's right. And that's what's more important. I think with so much going on in the world, we need to focus on some of the little things that matter to try to get us through all of this mess and other.
Oh, that's Lord. But then remember, the little wins are what make big wins. You got to take those little steps to make big steps. You can't just take a giant step. It doesn't always happen like that. But
Right. And
Sheila.
And that's just what we love. I see people coming in the room. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We appreciate you all. We appreciate y'all coming each and every Monday to support myself and Dr.G. And even if for those who go back and watch some of the recap shows, because either Dr.G in the air somewhere or I'm in the air somewhere. And sometimes we just can't make the show happen, So we appreciate y'all supporting us. And we want you to go over to deepspinelogic.com, which is our special guest, is her website. Check out the website and download some music. Wherever music is streaming, go download it. It's her birthday, y'all. That's the least you can do, right, Dr. G?
The least you can do. And remember, y'all go out here and spend money on coffee and stuff that you can drink. Once you drink it, it's over.
You
This
had
you
a
can
music.
play it over and over and over again. You'll have it. And we all know that music is healing.
It's so much healing. And your music, Deep Spine Logic, definitely does that. But before we get in there, I'm gonna have that. My first question is Deep Spine Logic.
Yeah.
The name, where does it come from? Can you explain that to us?
Well, when I first decided to do a separate artist name as opposed to my own name, I always remember my mom and my dad, they say your name means everything. It represents you, it represents who you are. So I put a lot of thought into it. So deep is another way to say, it's another explanation for the word intense. And spawn is to produce, and logic is within reason. So there you go.
I like that. I love that. Okay, listen.
That was deep.
That deep spawn. Look, that was deep spawn.
That was deep spawn.
That was logically deep spawn. Okay, now we're reaching too far.
Very logical.
Too hard. Yeah,
that's right. I love that. And so, deep spawn. So I do this segment called The Real You. So I'm going to ask you these questions, and it's really for the guests to get to really know the real you, right? And no pressure with these questions. If it's something you don't know, it's like nothing I thought about. We can just move on, okay? So I don't want you to feel like you're pressed to answer, but I try to, get real deep. So my first question is really around your early life and really your identity, okay? And so it's like, what parts of your upbringing still influence how you move throughout the world?
Oh, wow. I would say that, when I was younger, you don't really think about it then when you're younger and you have strict parents, that instill a lot of things into you. And they don't necessarily, your parents, they look at you and they're like, well, I taught you better. And it's like, yes, you taught me better. And it's in there, you know what I'm saying? And until, we get to a point where we understand everything that they taught us, and we start implementing those things, and you see that things start smoothing out and working out the way that they're supposed to. I appreciate the upbringing that my parents gave me, even though at the time I thought it was strict. I'm an only child. So it was like, I was a latchkey kid. Both my parents worked, would come home. There wasn't no cell phones back then,
Cell phone.
I called my mom to go to the wall, called my mom, let her know I got home from school, so, and I had to stay home until they got home from work. It was just a lot being an only child and a girl. And I was sheltered, and at the time you don't really understand it. But as an adult with my own child and a grandchild, and after you've lived in life and had experiences, you understand where it was coming from, and I instilled those same things into my child,
Right.
So
Okay.
They it gave me a lot of structure going on, especially after they were gone.
Oh, nice.
And listen, that's people don't understand, we think our parents are being strict, but they're trying to protect us, because in our mind, our parents don't know anything, but to them, they've been there, done that. You know what I mean? So they kind of know, like, they know what's out there, things out there. So they're trying to protect you. And they're doing the best that they can with what they have, but.
I just want to say thank you for all the birthday wishes. I see them all down at the bottom. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. So my next question kind of moves around life experiences and your perspective. And so what role does community, friendship, or family play in your well-being?
Family plays a lot because my family is very small. I just, I come from like almost a line of only children. My mom and my dad were only children. I'm an only child. My husband's an only child. My daughter's an only child. So it's like my grandmother had 14 brothers and sisters, but she was from Panama. When they came here, they spread out all over the place. So extended family wasn't really something I was privy to growing up. So it was me, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, and then when I got married, my husband and my daughter. So once my mom and my dad and my grandmother had passed away, now it's just me, my husband, my daughter and her family. And the smaller we get is the more that I just appreciate having them, and being able to have them in my life. And I see people with big families and they don't really appreciate each other as much. I look at it and I'm like, some of the stuff they argue about is just so petty. And I'm just like, what we have, I'm so rich with just the little bit that we do have, so I try to hold on to that. So family is very important to me, and it's what supports me and my healing and my music, so I don't know what I would do, without them. So very.
I love that.
A large family. Sometimes I want you can have all of mine. I'm just going to line them up. You just pick which one you want.
And then I wouldn't say community too much because I tend to stay to myself. I'm kind of introverted, I try to more reach out and help, my fellow independent artists. That's why I started the platform that I have. So if we want to say community, they're my community, on that platform. I help, I want to support them as much as I can and help push them as much as I can and watch them grow, because there's so many things out there that's keeping them down, so, and they influence me in many ways, because there's such a variety of artists and musicians, and I've learned so much from them, just by knowing their stories and knowing their journeys. So that's something that has influenced me and I appreciate a lot.
Right. I like that. And hey, everybody, our special guest tonight is music producer and spoken word artist, Deep Spine Logic. Make sure you go over to deepspinelogic.com and check out the website. And so my final question for the Real You segment is, as we move from early life identity to life experiences and perspectives, who are you today in this moment beyond the titles and the roles?
Who am I today beyond the titles and the roles? I would say that I've finally gotten to a point that I am content in where I'm going.
I like that.
So it's not that I've gotten there, but I see the path and I see, where it's going, and I'm good with that. There was a time that I wasn't, so and it's not, I wouldn't say it was a time I wasn't. It was a time I just didn't know.
It just
Yeah. So just experience it, this life, and to finally see it, and just follow it is, that's
a blessing. That the way you said it sounds so. It just sounds healing.
It's authentic, and it's authentic. You get it. You understand that.
Right.
Some days you're just not where you want to be, but you see the vision, and you have to kind of just follow that path.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what I love about it. That's why I call this segment, it's the real you, right? There's not a right, there's not a wrong. And I think when I last guest, you remember Dr.G, when Mike Levine was here? He's like, Jazzie, I didn't think about those questions. And he's just like, well, I want to be real, but that's what we want you to. We want you to just be real.
And to be honest, too, when it comes to Jazzie with the real you, he's just being nosy. I'm sorry, inquisitive. He's just inquisitive and just curious.
I am so much being inquisitive. And thank you so much, D-Spot. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No. It wasn't too bad.
It's so too bad. So, everybody, welcome to the show, Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzie K.Ward. Of course, the lovely, the gifted, the talented Dr. G. And our special guest is the amazing, the incomparable Deep Spine Logic, music producer, spoken word artist. And she definitely has that it factor. And if you don't know her, you know what we say? Hashtag shame on you, your mom and them, your auntie them, your cousin and them, everybody.
That's right. Because see, if I use my spoken word and say it like this, I sound so profound.
I feel...
So if you just come over and check out Deep Spawn Logic, you may be a little enlightened. If not, shame on you.
Shame on you. Her voice is like a summer breeze. The essence, it's free, it's easy. It's okay.
See.
I'm being
Listen. Somebody got to always be the clown back there, but I'm gonna let it go. That's how they talk. When they on stage and like in that club with the beret and
And so this is not really a question.
Spit Dr. G. That's right. Spit Dr. G. Thank you, Mr. Shadow.
Spit Dr. G. And so this is not even one of my questions. I was just thinking of something, right? So Deep Spawn. So spoken word artist, the artistry, the gift. How does one train? Can anybody be a spoken word artist? I know you're not necessarily singing, but I still feel you have to have a flow. And some people don't have it.
I would think that anyone could be a spoken word artist because I didn't think that I could be one. Okay. I knew that I wrote, and I wrote poetry. I did it for myself. But there was a time my writing was just when I was in distress. Wow. I would write. So the writing, when I was writing then, I wasn't thinking about putting it to music or sharing it with anyone. And when I started producing music, it started coming to me a little bit, but I wasn't chasing after it. And then I did a song called Where Time Stands Still. Right. And I wrote that, and I wrote it for, my fans and the people who support me and follow me. And I wanted to know that I could write outside of being distressed.
Wow.
So that was also another thing, And so once I did that kind of pushed me, a little bit more, because I had other writings and it was just more in my head, but I just knew I wanted to get my instrumentals, my music producing a little bit tighter.
Right.
And as time went on, I just decided to start doing some spoken word to my music just for myself.
Right.
And then it started coming together. It started sounding like something, and I was like, So I took some, and then the things is some pieces that I wrote, they weren't meant to be put to music. So I had to rewrite some things. I had to learn cadence, because that's something, all the songs that's going to be on my upcoming album are all different. So you don't want them to all sound the same, right. So I had to see where things fit, how to verbalize things, pronunciate properly,
Because that's the first thing I was going to say. If you want to be a spoken word, you got to know how to speak proper English, or at least speak clear
fluently,
and concise and pronounced, because some people speak like they got.
Yeah, that was something my mom was always big about, because my mom, like I said, my mom's side of the family is from Panama. And when she came here, she couldn't speak any English.
Oh, wow. And
to know my mom, you would not know that English wasn't her first language. That's how well she spoke it.
Oh, wow.
And that was her thing. Like it wasn't, as much as she loved her country and where she was from, living here, that was not going to be a strike against her, so it was demanded that even I speak properly, because she was just like, you have to, when you go out to work and do interviews, you have to be able to speak properly in order to get the job. You have to be able to speak to people in order to get your point across, so that was a very, very big thing to my mom. So that's something that actually comes naturally to me. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, so I can get down on the other side if I need to. But when it all comes down to it, you have your both sides, your professional side, and you have, the other
Oh,
side.
well,
And so,
Dr.G, her hood side. I know Dr.G, but I'm just saying.
See, when I speak to my patients and I'm in where I'm supposed to be, I know how to speak. Until you talk about what you're going to do to me. And then my whole voice changed, my demeanor changed, my hands go up. Who you talking to? You ain't talking to me. But then we don't have to speak like that. We can speak in a very manner where we all understand each other, and it's going to be a great day.
very
There you growing up. So if I go back a little bit, to your younger days, was as a child growing up, Deep Spine, did you always enjoy like music and writing? So what first got you into, oh, I'm a write, music? What first got you into like art?
well, I always loved music. Was something I always loved.
Mhm.
Mom she was into music. She had crates and crates of vinyl records.
Okay.
And the thing about her is that it was like every and any genre of music. You know what I'm saying? It was, besides her Spanish music, she had, rock music, R&B, folk music. She,
Right.
The amount of albums that she left me, and I was searching through them, it's just amazing the wide variety of music that she had, and it played all the time in the house when I was younger.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad's from down south, so he loved his blues. He loved, his BB King and his Buddy Waters,
Oh, yeah.
so that,
Wow, yeah.
this type of thing. But as much as I always wanted to do something with music, I never followed it because, like I said, everything was strict. I had to do certain things. So it was like I was so introverted, I didn't ask. I
Oh, wow.
never went to parents to ask. And so it wasn't until I was late 19, I was pregnant with my daughter. And
Okay.
that's actually when I started writing.
Okay.
Because it was as happy as I am to have her in my life, it was just a rough time.
It's
You
just
know
a
what I
rough
mean?
time. Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I started. That's actually when I started writing. And that, led into, me continuing to write over the years. When I got with my husband, he's a musician, he's a drummer.
Okay.
Wow.
And so I would support him in all of his gigs. I managed his bands. As my daughter got older, she sang with his band. So I was always around music. I was always in a music type of scene. And to fast forward, after my mom and my grandmother passed away, I became very depressed. And my husband noticed it. And I couldn't settle down. Like I couldn't sit and watch a movie. I was always like antsy. I was always, and he told me to sit in his studio because at that time, COVID had hit and he wasn't really doing gigs. So he built a studio to record drums for people. And he sat me in front of his computer with the DAW and gave me his MIDI keyboard. And he's like, I just want you to sit here. And he's like, I want you to create something.
Okay.
And that was the first time that I was able to sit for hours at a time and focus on something.
Oh, wow.
And then when he came back in and he listened to what I did, he actually left for the day and came back. And then he was like, who helped you do this? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I didn't think it was all of that. And if I listen to it now, I laugh at it all the time.
Right.
But at that time, he heard something. I don't know what he heard, and he said, anytime you need to come in here, you don't need, just tell me you need to come in here. You don't even have to ask.
Oh, wow.
And then, so that's what I would do. And that was my healing moment. I healed through creating the music that I was creating. And so finally at some point I got to the point where I was like, well, this sounds like something that people will listen to.
Wow. I love that.
So
Wow.
I put my first, I put out my first release. So I wouldn't say that I was always present in, producing music, but I was always around it and absorbing it. And it just, it came to me in a way that I feel that I was blessed with something at a time when I really needed it,
Wow.
So I just take, the gift that God gave me, and I just, like my sound engineer says, ride it to the wheels roll off.
That's right. That's right.
I love that. And so there's a comment. I was sitting here thinking, do you even know their identity? If not, are they all sipping on Hennessy spit poet? I don't.
You know what? Next.
I was sitting here thinking, do they even know their identity? So silly. That's like
identity. If not, are they all sipping on Hennessy spit poet? That's not poetry, sir.
That's not
in his mind. He just thinks that if it's identity, it match with Hennessy. I'm spitting poet. Yeah.
Dan Rogers, he's always on the show, and he loves his Hennessy Deep Spawn.
Yes, so I think he should get like an endorsement.
Al Johnson says, "Oh, he said he loves you."
All right. I'm about to say, Al, you better listen. She married. I'm sorry, you the other half. Sorry, Al. I was gonna say, well, we don't do that on this show. We don't break up homes on this show. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, I could start a dating show though. See how they think I'm just an amazing.
Next. Anyway, so back to what we were talking about. But it goes back to what we were saying. Look how medicine. I'm just putting words together. Medicine and music just goes hand in hand. I say all the time, if you can't express yourself, I guarantee you, for whatever feeling you are having or you're going through, there is a song out there that can express that has been written. And when she was talking about how mom had so much of a variety when it came to music, we were growing up, we didn't have like only an R&B station. We just had a radio station, and you heard everything, whether you heard rap, whether you heard R&B, whether you heard rock, whether you heard it all. You were listening to Pat Benatar, and then it went from Pat Benatar to Sugar Hill Gang, and from Sugar Hill Gang to Wham, and then it went from Wham to the OJs. You got to hear all that music. Whoa, don't do that, sir. Next, but but we just had when we played the radio, we had everything on the radio. It was never just a R&B station. You listen to just certain things, and that's just what it was. Don't act like you wasn't born that far from me. Jazzie, your birthday tomorrow. Let me tell your age. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Thank you. Real quick, I want to say something, Deep Spawn. So when I say this, after I read this, then you can tell me.
Okay.
When I finally let people hear my voice, I know I feel two things at once: proud and terrified. After more than 30 years of writing, no one but myself, that makes sense. I took words I've kept to myself for years and finally let the music carry them. I'm not a beginning, it's an arrival. That's your words. Tell me about those words.
Because it is. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm very, very proud. But it is terrifying. It's terrifying to put yourself out there. Because like I said, I've never been that person to want to be in the limelight. So it's terrifying to put yourself out there for other people to see what's inside of you, because you're basically, giving them a piece of your soul. Right. My words are a piece of my soul, so it's like to put that in other people's space so that they can look at it and judge it, and that's a terrifying part. But I am so proud because like I said, one time I didn't see that path, and now I do. So I take that, and like I said, I just try my best to run with it.
I love it. And moving forward, March 26th, you've got a way of your song. I love it. But what I'm going to do, we're going to talk about the song, but I want y'all to hear the song. We're going to play a video of the song. This is Deep Spawn Logic in her latest release, You've Got a Way, right here on Artist Talk.
got a way of looking at me that pull my pulse in tight, like the room gets softer and the moon change light. No rush in the moment, just a calm that feels right. Baby, something in your presence makes my body ignite. We don't gotta touch for the spark to unfold. The silence between us runs warm and bold. It's the way you breathe near me, like a secret you hold. That kind of subtle connection hits deeper than gold. Your vibe moves quiet, but it still leaves a trace, like the air pays attention whenever you enter the space. I feel you approach before you get in my face. It's a magnetic little pressure with the smoothest embrace. I lean towards your energy without meaning to move, like your rhythm call mine in a tone I approve. We float in that tension with a natural groove. No need for a signal for what we know is true. You got a way of looking at me, and it warms me from the inside out. Pull my breath a little shorter, quiet every lingering doubt. That stare, wrap around my senses, slow and certain as can be. Baby, everything shifts when you look at me. But baby, it's a good kind, the kind I don't resist. That slow build connection, wrapped in every twist. Every second you close, feel too perfect to miss. Yeah, loving you like this hits smooth as the sweetest kiss. We don't need to rush it. The moment unfolds, your presence alone, got my breath on hold. And if ease had a flavor, yet taste controlled, warm subtle pressure that settles in my soul. That's because you got a way of looking at me. You got a way of looking at me. You got a way of looking at me. You've got a way. We don't need to go upstairs. Anything we can do upstairs, we can do right here. Yeah, baby, you just know that you've got a way. You've got a way.
You got a way of looking at me.
Man. It feels
so
like
extra.
a summer breeze. I know I'm extra. I know I'm extra.
I want to be outside. Now, see, this is how you know it's good music, when you got to sit back and you got to just put the one arm back and shake a little brown liquor.
I got my water.
Well, I got water. I mean, see.
I got my water.
Listen, that was, ooh, I know your
I
vocal
I love that. It's deep. And so
gymnastic is so
a lot
refreshing.
of
I
times I'll be,
love it.
so on Saturdays when I'm at the station, and I always been, playing that song since you sent it to me, Deep
Yeah,
Spawn.
thank you so
And
much.
people always like, who is that? Who is she? Who is it? I said, well, find her. She's right there on social media. And then a lot of people was like, because we do a lot of poetry stuff here in Alabama, right? And it's like, well, will she come to Alabama to one of our poetry? I said, well, you have to reach out to her and ask her. I'm not, you have to reach out to her. And so, and I know you're working through, do you do a lot of the poetry in where you live or no?
No. Hopefully at some point I will. I don't know if we'll be doing it here because where I live is kind of like farm area. So I have
Okay.
to much poetry happening in farm area.
Okay.
But, I there are some places in South Jersey that I know does some, some poetry jams and stuff like that. And at some point,
Okay.
I hope to be able to present my face, and
Okay.
do some. But
Well,
really,
Jazzie, what you do is just invite her to the Smooth Wellness Jazz Festival next year.
I know. So myself and Dr.G were working on our wellness jazz festival. And who knows, 2027 jazz and wellness, maybe Deep Spine will come and open up the show or something for us. Think about it.
You
Who knows?
think about it.
We would
Those
love
are the
it.
dates right there. Those are the dates right there on the screen. Just saying.
I'm just saying, we're just putting it out there.
and it's right after my birthday.
See, look at God. You see
Oh,
how
he,
it works?
he do it.
Make
Won't
it
he
a whole
will?
Won't he will?
thing.
He will.
And so when people listen to your artistry, your creativity, Deep Spine, what is it that you want them to take away from your music?
I hope they, they understand that I've put all of myself into it.
Right.
And like I said, it's a healing journey for me. So I hope it does the same for them.
Right.
I appreciate all the people that have listened to my music and support me. And it really, really means a lot. So I just hope that, they're able to listen to my music and get lost in it. The song that I was telling you about Where Time Stands Still, came from the fact that I want my music to take you to a place where time stands still. So when you listen to the song, it should take you somewhere and then it should drop you off when it's done,
Ooh.
and that's what I hope each.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
So some of the songs some songs they spit you out, some songs lay you down gently, some songs, but every single song should allow you to put some headphones on and it should actually take you somewhere else than where you are,
Wow,
so
I love that.
I
that's
love
the music
that.
that I create. I create music where time stands still just for a moment, just for you, and I hope you can take that and feel the same way.
I love that.
Drop me off.
Drop me off. Okay, please. And that's what this song. You've Got a Way. That's one of those songs you come home in the evening, a Thursday, Friday, whenever, off work. You just kick your clothes up. You pour a glass of wine. You sit on your sofa on your patio, and you just mellow on out, right, Dr. G? Right, everybody. It's just that's what your music does, and that's why you have that it factor. And I am so happy that you came on the show, and we had a chance to learn a little bit more about you and your creativity, your writing. And so there's a question in the chat that says, "What does writing heal you from?"
Well, when I started writing, like I said, I was pregnant with my daughter and I was 19 at the time. So that's when I started writing, and throughout, the half of life that I've lived so far, I've had some experiences that weren't too kind, and that's where I wrote the most.
Okay.
So once I started mixing my, doing my music and putting my writing to my music, it came more of a healing to me than to be writing out of being frantic and distressed.
Right.
You know, so it's healed me in that way.
Right.
And just to be able to express how I feel. I'm not one to talk about how I feel and express my feelings verbally.
Right.
I am able to do it through my poetry and through my writing. So I'm able to get those feelings out that way.
Okay.
So it helps me, you know, in just multiple ways, you know, when it comes
Sure.
down to just keeping myself together, you know.
Right. And I could tell now I put that together on You've Got a Way, the beat, the drum, that's your husband.
That's my husband.
I realized when I saw the name and then I said, oh, now, because I was going to ask you, I said, you know, who else do you work with like on your projects? Anybody else?
My husband, Todd Wilson. He is my sound engineer. He's also a bass player and a guitar player. I've collaborated with Mark Peterson and Trueborn, who is an excellent guitar player. Just being with my husband, I've been with my husband for 23 years, and the time I've known him since 6th grade. So there goes your You've Got a Way.
You've Got a Way.
Got away. Okay.
So
He still got it. Thank you, Al.
But see, the time that we've been together and the amount of, you know, musicians, you know, that we know that have influenced my sound, you know, I've spent a lot of time listening to him and listening to them. And so they really influence my sound and how I structure my sound. And so that's basically who I'm able, you know, to go to if, you know, I need help or I need to do certain things.
Okay. Well, maybe we need to get Al on the show. He's going to need to come on Artist Talk and chop it up with us too. So he is welcome to
My
come.
husband is a fool. He would definitely chop it. I know, y'all need more than an hour.
It's all right. We'll take it. We will take it. We will take it.
We will take. So, Deepsma, what's next for you? What's anything coming up?
Well, I have You've Got a Way is the first release for my upcoming album, She, Me, Her.
Okay.
I'm hoping that album comes out around late August, June, September.
Okay.
Second release from the album will be out late June, called Honey Hush. And so a Honey Hush is more of a, you know, a kind of slick talk kind of song. And I took a phrase that my mom always used, which was honey hush, which was kind of like a get out of here, or, you know,
nice nasty, like nice nasty.
Nice nasty. And she said, honey hush. You know, so I always thought it was like the cutest thing. So I put it into a spoken word. So that's the second release from the album that'll be coming out. So I'm trying to so much concentrate on doing that and nothing else, you know, because my mind always wants to go to create new stuff, and I'm like, no, this is, you know, something you really got to settle down with, you know, because it's the first project. If you followed my music from the time that I first started, all the music before what I'm doing has put me where I am now. It has allowed me to learn and grow and do what I'm doing now. So it's you know, that's what I have that's, you know, that's coming up that just means a lot. So I need to sit and just focus and not worry about creating, you know, other stuff, because I have to do due diligence with this album, you know. So
I love that. And any way we can support you here on Artist Talk, of course, you definitely have our support. You have my support with 90.7 FM WVAS. You know, I tell a lot of artists, I wish I was there, you know, more than Saturday, but to support your music. But I also need artists also to send the music to the radio station, so it can also be added for other radio personalities to also do that. And I'll get you that contact information too, Deep Spawn, so you can have that. But Thank you so much for hanging out with me and Dr. G. You are family. You are welcome
Yes.
to come back anytime that you want to.
Thank
You're a beautiful
you.
spirit. You have a beautiful smile. And I just want to say thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you for coming on your birthday too.
Thank you for all the people who tuned in. I saw your messages. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. And one more question. Somebody said, can I get it on vinyl? Do you plan to do vinyl?
The album itself will be on vinyl.
Oh, I gotta get that. Let us know. We want that.
And yes, that's a big must. A big must. You know,
Okay.
my mama would be.
She would be proud. And I want to order one from directly from you because I want mine signed.
Okay, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think.
I need a sign. I need a sign.
Definitely.
And let people know what's the best way to follow you social media. Is it the website?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Deep Spawn Logic.
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone else with my name, so it should come up. You put it in there. And then I have deepspawnlogic.com, which is my website. You can go on, all my music is on there. And that's pretty much it. You can email me at deepspawnlogic@gmail.com for anything, for contact information. But that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to ask you, can you stick around for just a second?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hey, Dr. G, everybody, another great conversation, right?
Yes, definitely.
It is. And I know Dr. G, mind, body, and soul. So, Dr. G, what was your segment going to be? Tell us about it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm on the spot now. Okay, let me give you one. Okay. So first of all, you always talk about Awareness Month. So this month is actually National Minority Health Month. So all us people of color, stop playing around, be proactive, go get checked out, get your doctor's visits, get your annual physicals. But we're going to give you this one thing since Jazzie want to still be here and put me on the spot. We're going to return the favor because I was going to let you off this week, particular intermission. But since you didn't, let's give you a question. And it's going to be a short one. It's going to be a quick one. Okay. Y'all know I love things that are high in antioxidants. Those things are going to get rid of the free radicals. It's going to help with cancer fighting. It's going to help with your skin, hair, and nails. It's going to have benefits on good heart health and circulation. We like that because it lowers the bad cholesterol. It brings up the good cholesterol, helps reduce arterial inflammation. It's diet friendly. It's low in carbs, low in sugar. It helps with digestion, and you should especially have it after you have a meal. I'm not going to give you options because, okay, I'm going to give you some options. It could be Hennessy. It could be apples. It could be pears, or it could be peaches.
I'm going to say apples.
Well, I know you're going to get it wrong because everybody's probably going to get it wrong. This one was specially made for Chef. The answer is Hennessy.
What?
Yes, the answer is Hennessy. Cognac, and it's actually true. If you look it up, cognac is actually something that you can have after dinner. It helps with digestion because it smooths the digestive tract, and it's just something that's pretty. Fortunately, it's pretty good for you. Again, though, in moderation. I'm not saying get a whole bottle and drink. You pass out and you drunk, you act like you're a fool. But Hennessy does have all those good benefits. So it is high in antioxidant. It gets free radicals in your body. It's great for heart health, lowering the risk of blood clots too, as well, just so you know that. So yeah. And again, it's low in carbs, low in sugar, and it's one of the better choices of alcohols, and it's good for those who are doing keto and weight loss. So that's the answer this week, Chef, is.
And Sheila said, what?
Yes, sorry guys, it's Hennessy. So that one, Chef, I gave you.
You mean a shot glass, right?
A shot glass. Drink it. Drink it in moderation. And just to combat that too, Chef, it's also Alcohol and Awareness Month. So don't be drinking too much. So April's also Alcohol Awareness Month. Don't be drinking it too much. But yes, those are benefits of Hennessy, unfortunately. Yeah.
I love that, Dr. G. Yeah. And don't forget, Dr. G, let people know where to find you and follow you.
My website is theapplife.info. Email me at drgram@theapplife.info. Y'all all know about Nia the Germinator. Check her out. And follow me and Jazzie. We are on TikTok almost like every day. Let me rephrase that. We're on TikTok every day. I'm still working on changing my handle because mine is long. Dr.G and App Life for the win, but it is the same across all platforms. We're going to shorten it soon. We're going to get something a little bit better, a little more snazzier. Oh, shade. No more Hennessy for this guy, but he's a hotmess.com.
You're welcome. And again, of course, you can follow me, KWardRadio.com. And if you don't do anything, follow me, Dr. G, and Deep Spine Logic. Shame on you.
Shame on you, because that spoken word was everything. That spoken word was everything.
Again, thank you all so much. But don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Jazzie K.Ward Radio. Follow me over there and all that kind of jazz. Good night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
Yes. Oh, I'm off to the liquor store. I can't. I can't. Oh, I can't.
Oh, my goodness.
Artist talk.